Hi, uh, today I faced an interview related to Tavant Technologies. And Tavant Technologies, they asked nearly 10 to 15 questions, and these are the questions what I remembered. Yesterday I already faced TCS interview and put the questions I given already. Here Tavant interview, these are the questions what I faced. And initially, what they asked, introduce yourself. Like they asked me to introduce myself. Mm, when they asked that question, I started like that. Hi, this is Lanka. I am from Visakhapatnam and I am a BTech graduate. I had an experience of 4.4 years experience into informatica, and currently I'm working in Cognizant as a ETL developer. And currently, my current project is US healthcare, and client name is Primera Blue Cross. And on this project, I got the sources in the form of tables and files, and here we have to load the data from source to staging area by implementing incremental loading. And and from staging to dimension, we have to load the data from staging to dimension table by implementing SCD type 2, sometimes by SCD type 1, as per the business requirement. And from dimension table to fact table, we have to load the data by using various lookup transformations and all. Yeah, and this project we got the BRs and CRs, business requests and change requests in the change requests change request based on the BRs and CRs. I'm limited all the mappings. This is all about my introduction. Like this, I introduced myself, explaining my project. Later, they went into these questions like asked about some SCD type 2. I explained about SCD type 2, how it was implemented, what is the workflow, like that. SCD type 2. In SCD type 2, I explained like by I have to load the data into sources to staging area by implementing incremental loading. In incremental loading, first we have to create the timestamp variable, timestamp variable, and we have to assign the setmax property, that transaction date and date. Based on that, we have to insert the data by truncate. Every time when we load this data from source to staging area, we have to truncate and load. So updated data we will get. And from stage to dimension, I implemented the SCD type 2. In SCD type 2, I got the flow is like, I have to take the source table, source call for table, and expression transformation. I have to write the logic in expression transformation to get the date, uh, uh, add to date property, add to date function. And I have to I take the lookup transformation and router transformation. And in router transformation, I took the two conditions, insert three conditions: insert, existing update, existing insert. And I took the three update strategies and three target table instances. And I connected, and I implemented the mapping. And I parameterized all the connections and put the values in the parameter files. And I automated all the connections and schedule, and submitted all the parameterized uh, files to sit testing team. Once I parameterized and imported the ETL code from migrated the code from user folder to project folder, uh, by performing the unit test. After performing the unit test, I submitted, I send all the parameterized files to testing team. Testing team sit test to performance service integration test. Once service integration test was completed, they migrated that, they send those all the details of the test to UAT test, user acceptance test. Once the user acceptance test was completed, again a manager will send revert back for any defects identified by the project team, production team, sorry, project team. Uh, I have to rectify all the defects and I have to again revert back to that manager. And one control M admin is there. Control M admin will take care of all the automated and scheduled sessions and workflows. Uh, like this, I explained about the CD type 2 and all. Later, they asked these questions. What are indexes and types of what are the use of indexes, they asked. An index is an optional structure associated with a table to have a direct access to rows. Index is an optional structure associated with a table to have a direct access to rows which can be created to increase the performance of data retrieval. Index is a optional structure associated with a table. Optional structure associated with the table to have a direct access to rows which can be created to increase the performance of data retrieval. They asked mainly types. What are the types of indexes and when they will use? Like this is I didn't answer at that time. I forgot to answer later. I found these answers. There are two types of indexes, mostly the B tree and bitmap. It's high coordinality column, too many distance column, used for in the cases of finding too many handling too many distant columns. And the structure is tree shape structure. And bitmap index, low cardinality, is used for columns with lots of duplicate values. While we are dealing with lots of duplicate values, we use the bitmap indexes. Structure two dimensional. Three structure is three tree shape. Your structure is two dimensional array. And in at a time, they asked that the types of indexes, difference between cluster index and non-cluster index. Here they ask, but at that time I did not remember. Uh, so later I found this answer: cluster index and non-cluster index. Cluster index is faster than non-cluster index. Cluster index requires less memory. Um, a table can have only one cluster index, and here in cluster index, select operation is faster than non-cluster index. By default, cluster index for a table is a primary key column. This is all about cluster index. And now coming to non-cluster index. Non-cluster is comparing to cluster index. Non-cluster index is slower little bit and needs more memory than cluster index. And non-cluster index can be more than one. Here only one cluster index can be in a table. Can have only one cluster index in table, but a non-cluster index can have more than one index. In non-cluster index, the difference here is selection operation is faster in cluster index. In non-cluster index, insert and update is faster in this non-cluster index. Here one default is primary key column. Here no default columns will be there. No default columns in non-cluster index. This is the major difference. Definitely in indexes, they at least in two entries, I face in two entries they asked about indexes. And they asked about lead and lag. Lead and lag functions, are you handled with lead and lag functions? Yeah, lead and lag functions actually, we can get the preceding values of any salary. For suppose it's I wrote this lead. For suppose See like this lead order. Initially order ID is 105. This one not this is a lead order. Lead order means this succeeding value will we will get for 105, 104, 103 is then 104 here to get we will get here, 103 will get here, 102 will get here. In place of lead succeeding, if we want to succeeding values we have to use lead. If you want to get preceding values we have to use lag. See 105 here preceding value, here 104 the preceding value is 105, 103 preceding value, this value got here, and this value got here, this value got here. This is lead and lag. To get preceding value and succeeding values we will use lead and lag functions. Yeah, difference between custard and non-custard index I already explained. And one more, this query to find the fifth highest salary. They ask fifth highest salary. F for suppose fifth highest salary, how can we get for suppose select, we have to distinct select distinct. What is this? Select distinct for suppose employee table is there. Employee in employee table employee ID is there for suppose select distinct employee ID from sorry order order by employee ID in descending order. So if we want fifth highest salary, so that's why I arranged in descending order. Anything if in place of salary, in place of employee ID, we can use salary if salary column is there. For suppose I'm implementing on employee ID, employee ID I arranged in descending order, and this is the fifth highest salary is 103. So so this is for this query. For this query, I got the descending order of the employee ID. So in this, we have to filter the fifth highest. Any fifth, not only fifth, any number we can get by using again in inner query. Close the bracket, and this from this query we can query again. Select star from. So in place of star, we want employee ID, uh, and we have to assign the row num function. Sorry, row num function, and consider that row num as r. For suppose consider that like this. Yeah, see R as row number. We assign the row numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Why we assign? We did not get any repeated values as we are already given the distinct property. So distinct command. I assign the row number. From this row number, we can easily get the yeah, by again querying from this result. From this result, again we can query, close the brackets, and select select. Here condition we have to give, where condition, where r is equal to 5. If you want the fifth highest, say fifth highest is 103. If you want the first one, 107 is the first one. Any number we can get it, any nth highest. If I want 10, we can give that 10, r is equal to r row number is equal to 10. In this way, by using row number function and distinct, we can uh, achieve this nth highest salary. And also we can get by using dense rank, like for suppose select employee ID. This is the second method to get nth highest. Select employee ID, and by using dense rank only we have to use, because dense rank gives the continuous ranking. In normal ranking, if any two values, same values, if we get rank will get skipped, so we have to dense rank is the better way to use dense rank. Here I have to assign the brackets, and over on which one, order by employee ID. In this also descending order, the whole this whole treat this whole treated as R. This whole thing gives one value. Dense rank over order by employee ID descending order. Dense rank order by an employee ID we are doing order uh, from employees, employees, see, same here, assign the rank employee ID, we assign the rank accordingly, and again we can easily query this uh, by querying this we can get any nth number of salary. uh, Select star from where r equal to some 5. See, this is the uh, if you want any first, can we can achieve like this. Yeah, this is all about this one. This is the queries. And yeah, uses of use they ask. I told just 2 points, like a view is nothing more than SQL statement that is stored in the database with an associated name. Yeah, I explained, like view is actually a composition of a table in the form of predefined SQL query. A query can contain yeah, this thing I explained. A query can contain all rows of a table or selected rows of a table. A query can contain all rows of tables or selected rows of tables. All rows of tables or selected rows of tables, and a view can be created from yes, a view can be created from one or more tables, which depends on the written SQL query to create a view. Views which are a type of virtual table. Yeah, this point is very important. Virtual table. If you put this word, no, it little bit effective. View is nothing but is a type of virtual table. Virtual tables allows users to do for following structure, structure data in a way that users classes of users find natural or initiative. Restrict access to the data in such a way that user can see and modify exactly what they need and one more need no more. Okay, just we can get the desired columns by using views, any private data, security, any data related to security issues. Just the data only we can filter by creating these virtual tables by using views. That's enough. Yeah, triggers, actually I don't know about the triggers, but they asked, do you know any about triggers and all? But I didn't answer anything. I'm didn't worked on that, like that I told. Yeah, triggers are nothing but triggers are stored programs which are automatically executed or fired when some events occur. Triggers are in fact written to be executed in response to any of the following events, like data base manipulation, DML statements. Yeah, by You can tell like triggers are stored programs which are automatically executed or fired when some events occurs. The events are like delete, insert, update state, creating, alert, drop. We can execute these by using triggers. Like that we can answer. Later they asked about performance tuning. Performance tuning I already explained and previously in TCS interview. And later asked about partitions. Partitions they asked. That's it. These are the questions they asked. Yeah, thank you.